Good evening and welcome to all of you. It is good to see you on this lovely, lovely day. Thank goodness Texas Independence Day is a pretty day this year and not one of these extremely rainy or inclement days. My name is Fred Sullivan. I am not Keelan Parker. I do serve on the board of the Heritage Society, and it's a pleasure for me to welcome you here today. I have been in Tyler County quite some time. I don't remember the Texas Revolution and the Alamo and all of that personally, but Tyler County was a very integral part of the development of the independence of Texas and the years that followed. And it is a pleasure to celebrate this day and keep the memory of the Texas independence alive in our community and county and area.
It's my honor to give this proclamation for the independence of Texas. Whereas the Heritage Society of Texas, of Woodville, Texas, has set aside this day as Toast Texas Independence Day. Whereas the father of the Republic of Texas declared their independence from Mexico on March 2nd, 1836. And whereas on April 21st, 1836, General Sam Houston and his volunteers of the Texas Army defeated General Santillana and the Mexican Army at San Jacinto, thereby winning our independence from the Texas and for the Texas and its citizens. Whereas the citizens of Woodville, Texas, now we'll toast the Texas. Ophira is supposed to have the champagne. Oh, she said water.
Oh, we can do that later.
Oh, we're going to do that water? Okay, She's going to do that later. Anyway, so therefore I'm as mayor of Woodville, Texas, declare this Texas Independence Day.
At this time, James Hale will present a history of the Texas flags. James?
Good afternoon. We're going to show you some of these historical flags.
Get close to it, James.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Now can you hear me? Okay. Okay, we're going to show you some of these historical flags from the Republic of Texas era. We're members of the Sons of Confederate Veterans, and some of us are also descended from the original old 300. One of our members is a son of the Republic of Texas, which means they are descended from those old families that first settled under Stephen F. Austin. The first flag we're going to bring, if you look to your left, is the Gonzales flag, or the Come and Take It flag. It was present at the first shots of the Texas Revolution against Mexico on the Guadalupe River on October the 2nd, 1835. 160 Texas volunteers, they refused to return a little cannon to 100 Mexican dragoons. The Texans managed to get their volleys off first, and they killed one Mexican soldier, and the other 99 dragoons went back across the Rio Grande. The second flag is the one we're most familiar with. It flew over the Alamo. And for those of you who don't know the meaning of the year 1824, it flew from December 10th, 1835 until March 6th, 1836, when the Alamo fell. During the 13-day siege, all 183 Texas defenders were killed by General Santillana's forces, who lost an estimated 1,500 troops. What the defenders of the Alamo did for General Sam Houston was to buy him some time. We suffered losses at Fannin, We suffered losses at the Alamo, but later on the Texas troops would be able to build their army up because Santa Anna was trying to encircle them and end that uprising once and for all. And they managed to escape. On March the 2nd, which is what this day commemorates, they declared their independence from Mexico at Washington on the Brazos. And they got out of there just in time before Santa Anna's troops could encircle them. Later on, they caught the Mexican army literally napping at San Jacinto. And the rest is history. The 1824 on that flag stands for the liberal Constitution of 1824. Originally, General Santa Anna was a friend of Americans, and he was in charge of a government at that time that they thought was going to be a rather democratic one. But the Anglo-Americans and the settlers kept on pouring into Texas. By the way, Mexico still considers this all the way to California as northern Mexico. They teach their children that in some of their schools. This is their homeland. And Santa Anna did give up all this land at the end after he was captured by General Houston's troops. And they let him live, and he went back to Mexico. But he ceded all this land that we're standing on now all the way to California. But the liberal Constitution was to remind him of his previous promise to the Americans that he'd always be their friend. But it didn't turn out that way. Fort Turan was built as one of the outposts to try to stem the flow of what the Mexicans considered then we were illegal immigrants coming in from the United States proper into Mexico, and it was getting to be too many of us. So history kind of repeats itself in a way. The next flag is the Bonnie Blue flag. In the American Civil War, you'll find this flag carried by not just Texas troops, but several states. And Texas, by the way, was the only state of the Confederacy during the Civil War that was allowed to fly its state flag, this final one, into battle as a battle flag. Because Texas at one time was a sovereign governmental entity. It was known as the Republic of Texas. It was a country unto itself. It was the first flag to fly over the new Republic of Texas, the Bonnie Blue. The fourth flag was designed by a woman named Sarah Dodson. She was married to a first lieutenant in the Texas Army, and it did fly over the area of Gonzales and also Harrisburg, which is pretty much where Houston is located now. Sarah Dodson was born in 1812 and died in 1823. This led to the third Republic of Texas flag, or the flag that is now our official state flag. And that's the flag to the right. That's the flag we're all familiar with. We heard some news commentators this morning speaking about Texas. One guy was from Kansas and the other lady was from Utah. And they said it was amazing how there's so much Texas pride as compared to most of the other states. It almost reached the point of being ridiculous. But it's not if you're a true Texan. And you realize, if you study your history and you see the suffering that went on to get us to where we are today, never take for granted the sacrifices those men and women made back then. There was a lot of suffering that went on. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Texas, our Texas, all hail the mighty state. Texas, our Texas, so wonderful, so great, boldest and grandest, withstanding every test. Oh, in fire white and glorious, you stand supremely blessed. God bless you, Texas, and keep you brave and strong, that you may grow in power and work throughout the ages long. Texas, oh Texas, your freeborn single star sends out its radiance to nations near and far. Emblem of freedom, it sets our hearts aglow with thoughts of Jacinto and glorious Alamo. God bless you, Texas, and keep you brave and strong, that you may grow in power and work throughout the ages long. Texas, dear Texas, from tyrants stripped now free, shines forth in splendor your star of destiny. Mother of heroes, wisdom your children true, proclaiming our allegiance, our faith, our love for you. God bless you, Texas, and keep you brave and strong, that you may grow in power and work throughout the ages long.
Okay, let's raise our glasses high as we salute Texas Independence Day at Woodville, Texas, and Heritage Village, and I declare this Texas Independence Day here in Texas and in Heritage Village.
Here,
Here, here, here. Oh, that's good.
Thank you, Mayor Nally. Thank you, Commissioner Nash. Rachel Iglesias from Congressman Babin's office, the VFW, and certainly to Ophira Gazaway, who sets up this celebration each year. At this time, James Hale and the Sons of the Confederate Veterans will give our black powder salute.